Hey, this is Gary Kayye from InfoComm 2025. We're in the Sharp booth towards the end of day one, and I'm here with Quiroz, who is the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Sharp. No longer NEC, now all Sharp, right?
Yeah, all Sharp, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and so I have some questions for you. Obviously, a big focus for Sharp is LED. Congratulations on a number of awards that you've gotten recently in LED.
Yeah, and specifically our all-in-one got the Rave Award for the best new product.
Yeah,
right?
our Reader's Choice picked that product. They liked it, obviously, since it was originally launched. But tell me, kind of that's a big focus for you, obviously.
Yeah, LED, you can see from the show floor, right? LED is the technology of the future.
Yeah.
Here at Sharp, we, of course, want to make sure that we're driving in the direction of the trends, and so LED's at the forefront. We also launched, of course, the all-in-one because we wanted to make it easier to install, easier to service, and so forth. So that's what we're really focused on, is not just the product itself, but all of the solution itself.
Well, you're kind of in a unique position because Sharp has a multi-decade history of owning relationships with businesses that they serve.
Sure.
And they're sort of like in-house, right? Because of all the copier products and printing products they've had for many years. And I'm curious because we've talked a long time, our industry's talked a long time about how we're kind of moving more towards the IT market and managed services. It seems like you guys would be in a perfect position for that because of the fact that you're Sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. We have so much of the office technology underneath kind of the Sharp umbrella.
Yeah.
Whether you have document products, we have also our laptops, our Dynabook laptops, right? From the acquisition of Toshiba's laptop business, and then of course display, which we have probably the most wide breadth of product portfolio.
You have every product, every kind of product technology.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So ranging from, of course, desktop displays all the way up to projection and LED, and of course LCD.
So you've got a little bit of everything. And your approach has been quite different over the last few years, where globally you have the same message, and most brands don't do that.
Right. Well, yeah, and really it came together. This is the final year of the NEC Sharp integration. So moving forward, starting in the second half of the calendar year, we will have nothing but Sharp branded products. But we're really melding of those two great companies and all of the intelligence and engineering might that had, with also the great relationships, and we're able to do that worldwide, right? So that's something that I think we differentiate from most of the other AV players, is that we have this collaboration globally and can work to support really global accounts.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You're in a unique position there. I'd love your kind of outlook on the next year and how you feel about things, because you're in a unique position to kind of tell us what you think, because there's been a lot of, let's be honest, first half of this year has been a little nerve-wracking, depending on what part of the market you're in.
Yeah. So I think from a market perspective, it's ever evolving, of course, but I do think that we've reached a point where most folks can actually see kind of what the future might be around, tariffs and kind of just the overall dynamic in the marketplace. So we can now plan for that. And I think for those who are able to do that, there's actually some good business out there. I know it's going to be a little choppy for some time to come, but I like the prospects of where we are and where the market is headed, because I think there's innovation that is going to drive opportunity and productivity in the marketplace.
And ultimately, people want, they may not be able to afford it at that moment. They all want to upgrade. They all want the best, right? Everybody wants what looks the best. It's just and cycle-wise, there are segments of the market that are behind, right? Higher education, for example. Therefore, they're going to upgrade no matter what, right? There's going to be certain segments of the market there's a great opportunity. And then you've got the growth of UC. I want to ask you about that for just a second, because that's a part of the market that you guys have played in for a long time. One could argue that Sharp, with the Aqueous, invented the interactive display. I mean, that was the first one I ever remember seeing, I don't know, 20 years ago probably now. Where are y'all on that? Because obviously you've got the former NEC product that's now Sharp, you've got the Aqueous displays. You've got a pretty powerful position with those.
Yeah, we think so. I think, and it's ever evolving. Again, I think more and more we've come out with a couple of new products in that lineup, kind of on the smaller side, to get into that smaller collaboration space. I mean, it's no coincidence that folks are coming back into the office, and with that coming back into the office, you're going to have needs for more collaboration, more simultaneous meetings, right, and so forth. So I think we're well positioned to support that. I only see that intensifying over time.
And so you feel good about the market?
I think pretty good long term. I think in the short term, like we talked about, I think you're going to have a little bit of choppiness here toward the rest of this year. But I think there's some stabilizing forces as well. And I think the innovation is moving at a healthy pace. I mean, you have AI, which is another kind of buzzword, but is actually something that's happening. And I think that will also drive the innovation cycle.
Yeah. Well, we're going to actually go around and take individual videos on every single product that they're launching here at the show, all the new products, and even some of the products that have been around a little while, because they're showing them in different kinds of applications that are really kind of fun. So we're going to go around and shoot those videos. You can see all those videos by just going to raypubs.com/InfoComm and then type in Sharp in the video search window. Or of course you can go anytime to Sharp's website and see all the stuff they've launched here at the show. We're obviously standing in front of one of your newest babies.
Yeah,
you must be really happy.
This is, in particular, this LED, it's a 1.9 millimeter pixel pitch.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing for us is, so much of what is seen is the visual, but the power consumption on these things is, they're always on. This in particular uses only about a third of the power of your normal DV LED system.
Yeah, and I will tell you, this is the only one I've stood in front of all day where it didn't feel like a heater. It does not feel like a heater.
Yeah.
In fact, there's literally no heat coming out of this.
And that's
Maybe I'm not supposed to touch this, but I promise I won't break it. All right, well, thank you for your time, Mark. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everyone. We got a lot more InfoComm 2025 coverage to go. Stay tuned.